The episode begins at Sim's house, where the squad are watching interdimensional cable.
You know, it's good to change up where we hang out. You know, there's only so many times we hang out at Rick's house that it kind of gets stale.
Just then, Father runs in excited.
Guys, you'll never guess what I did. I just signed up for my favorite cooking show, Iron Chef. I can't wait to show everyone that I'm the great chef I know I am.
The rest of the squad look at each other, then back to Father.
Alright, yeah, sounds like a plan, Father, and we'll be right behind you.
The others agree. Sim raises an eyebrow at Father. Father, you know you should really talk to me before you sign up for a contest that you might not win. You know your temper. Father rubs the back of his neck.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I promise this time I'm gonna keep my temper in check, so the low chance that I do lose, I won't lose my cool and set the place on fire like I did with the other contests I entered and lost. Don't worry, Father, you'll definitely win. I mean, even though we never seen you cook so far and this is all off-screen lore, you're a shoo-in to take the first place trophy this time.
He looks to Sims and the others and whispers,
Okay, we need to think of a way to cool Father down when he loses. Yeah, good idea. It's good to have a contingency plan for when Father loses.
Guys, I'm not saying he'll lose. You guys really need to give Father more credit. I know Father will win. You got this, Father, Sim said, smiling.
Thanks, babe. Now let's not waste any time. I gotta practice for the contest.
Father goes off to the kitchen to practice for his contest, not realizing that he dropped the entry pass as Rick picked it up.
Oh shit! This ain't Iron Chef. It says Iron Cook, and it's being held at, shit.
Yumi looks at where the contest is being held.
Guys, we need to tell Father that he signed up for the wrong contest.
Yumi goes to tell Father, but Father already walks in.
What's everyone talking about?
Yumi looks at Father.
Listen, Father, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think you might have signed up for the wrong contest.
Ah, shit. It says Iron Cook, not Iron Chef. Oh, well, I'm still gonna win,
he said, putting the pass in his jacket pocket.
I mean, it's not like I signed up to a contest full of...
They show up to the contest, and the squad find it's full of hoots. They're sitting in the audience, looking at Father with judgmental stares.
Hey, there you guys are. So you signed up for the Iron Cook contest. Now, it's rare that we get contestants that aren't hoots. But in my opinion, it doesn't matter if you're a hoot or not, as long as you know that you'll never win the contest.
Hoots walks back to the judges' table.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm one of the judges.
The squad sees the other names of the judges, Party Hoots and Lord Hootington. Father gets nervous about the contest as he hands a Hoot his entry pass. He signs his name, but the squad assure him that he can win before a random Hoots moving a camera walks by.
Ha! Like this guy will ever stand a chance against the reigning champ. He's won every Iron Cook competition. He's the ultimate chef, and you're just some random guy cooking Chef Boyardee in the microwave. Don't give me any false hopes. He ain't got no chance.
They laugh as they take the camera to where they're filming before setting up a chair built into the camera and get set up. As other Hoots get things set up to broadcast the competition across the multi-dimensions, one of the Hoots points Father to the side of the competition where he'll be cooking, as the Hoots running the competition walks up to Father.
Before we begin the competition, I'm gonna need you to remove all pyro-based equipment you have on right now, or any suits that are capable of performing pyro abilities. You know, throwing fire or creating fire from nothing. We don't want to give anyone any unfair advantages now, do we?
They hold a wing out for Father to comply. He looks at his person before realizing they're referring to his fire suit.
Well, here's the thing. I need this, otherwise I'll look and sound like a big dork. I mean, more than Crocker and Doof over there.
He and the other Hoots laugh before the Hoot stares at him.
Well, you know what's worse? Cheating!
They yank the fire suit off Father as he's seen in his normal attire, as he looks no different from Crocker aside from his red suspenders and yellow tinted glasses. The Hoots laughs at him as Yumi protests this.
Hey, that's not fair. Father should be able to do whatever the hell he wants.
Just then, Hoots looks at Yumi from the judges' table.
It's gonna be fine. Besides, how is that fair for Father to be able to just cook his food without having to preheat the oven or whatnot, when he can make fire from his hands? This way it's fair, and there's no way anyone can call cheating. And it's not us Hoots' fault if Father or Benedict Looks like a nerdier version of Crocker.
He laughs as Yumi sighs annoyed at that father has to do the competition without the fire suit. They notice father's name on this cooking area being changed to Benedict Uno as father looks on annoyed.
Oh gee, I get to be called my actual name and not the alias I built all my reputation on. Wait, that means I can finally get cheered for something that isn't associated with my past as a villain. This might be a good thing after all.
You still sound like a big weenie. Weenie had Supreme called. They said your membership has, you're a nerd.
The other Hoots laugh as Yumi stares him down
Hey, who said that?
as they all go silent, one of them saying, "Sorry," as Yumi looks back at the competition floor.
Hello, Parliament of Hoots, the Citadel of Ricks, and the entire infinite multiverse of interdimensional cable to Iron Cook, where a competitor must face off against the Parliament of Hoots' best cook in a one-on-one cook-off to see who's the Iron Cook. Now let's see who's foolish enough to face off the champ, Father or Benedict Uno.
He said as the Hoots in the audience murmur when one Hoot shouts,
Boo! You suck!
Yumi stands up.
Hey, who said that?
The Hoots quickly hid behind the others as Rick gets Yumi to sit down.
Yumi, chill down, it's gonna be okay. Father's got this.
And now, let's put our hooted wings and hands together as we welcome our reigning champion, the Big Hoot Cook, the greatest chef in the infinite dimensions, the owl with the scowl, the baking beast, the grilling grandmaster, the king of kebabs, the...
Just get on with it! Yumi yells as the Hoots boo in protest.
Hey, someone silence that Yumi.
Rick calms her down.
Now then, let's all cheer for the obvious winner, Chef Hoots!
Fireworks go off at the entrance of the champion as a theme similar to John Cena's theme comes on as Chef Hoots jumps out of a blast of fire, walking to his cooking section, cheering to the other Hoots as Rick in the audience before looking at Father and placing a tomato on the counter, smashing it with a giant mallet.
I'm gonna smash you like this tomato!
Chef Hoots roared as the Hoots bring them the ingredients they need for the contest. They will make beef Wellington with mac and cheese with a chalky rat pie. The Hoots laugh and talk amongst themselves about how Father, or Benny Boy, as they started calling him, stands no chance against the champ. The host Hoots has a brief interview with the champ and how they think the competition will go, and Chef Hoots laughs.
Ha! You think I'm even worried? There's no way Benny Boy will even come close to beating your hooted champ chef. I'm the greatest hooted chef in all the dimensions. You hear me, Benny? You ain't got a hoot of a chance!
Chef Hoots chucks a tomato at Father, splatting on his face.
Hey, stop throwing tomatoes at me!
Another tomato splats on his face. He wipes his face as they both get started cooking. As Father cooks, Hoots effortlessly prepares the beef Wellington, throwing tomatoes at Father as he struggles to make the breading for the beef Wellington. Father, I know you can do it! Just then she ducks a tomato as it splats on Duke's face.
Stop throwing tomatoes, Chef Hoots.
She yells as Chef Hoots laughs, putting his beef Wellington in the oven. Father manages to make his and getting it in the oven. They then proceed to make mac and cheese. Then the chalky rat pie. When Father couldn't find his chalky rats, he noticed Chef Hoots running back to his area. He sees his beak is covered in chocolate.
Hey, you ate all my chalky rats!
He points to Chef Hoots as they wave their wing at Father.
What? What are you talking about? That's slander! J'accuse!
He yells as he wipes the chocolate off his beak. Yumi brings Father more chalky rats as he starts making the pie, getting it in the oven as they call for a short intermission.
Let's check on Benedict and the champ to see how things are going for them.
He goes to Chef Hoots first.
So Chef Hoots, this will be your 4th time defending your title as Iron Cook. How confident are you in keeping your title?
Chef Hoots laughs and looks to the camera.
Ha! Like I need to explain, but I shall! I am the greatest cook in the Parliament of Hoots, nay, the whole infinite dimensions, and there's no way some nerd named Benedict Uno is gonna take my trophy. Just you wait to the tasting and see who cooks like no other. The trophy shall stay in the Owlery and will always stay there.
Host Hoots goes to Father as the Hoots in the audience boos.
So, Benedict Uno, how nervous are you about the competition? There's only the tasting left, and the champion shall be decided. How will you handle this monumentous defeat to the reigning Iron Cook.
Father looks at Chef Hoots annoyed before a tomato splats on his face. He wipes it off and takes a deep breath. You Hoots are so confident that your Chef Hoots is gonna win, but I'll show you who the real chef is when the judges taste the real chef's beef Wellington, Father said confidently before a tomato splats on his face again. He wipes it off and grumbles before some Hoots takes Father's and Chef Hoots' food to the judges' table. Each judge examines the beef Wellingtons and tastes them, then talks amongst themselves before moving on to the mac and cheese. They were impressed with both entries before tasting them. They were surprised at how good Father's mac and cheese was before finishing their judgment with the final dish, the chalky rat pie.
Ha! No one but a Hoot can make the perfect chalky rat pie.
Just then he watches the judges make their final verdicts. They squabble amongst themselves before Party Hoot slowly waddles up on stage with the envelope, looking at both contestants.
And the winner is...
He looks at Chef Hoots before opening the envelope.
Benedetto,
he said before throwing the envelope and running to the table and hiding. Hoots and Judge Hootington look awkwardly at Chef Hoots. Honestly, we're just as surprised as you are, but we feel that Father has more than deserved his title of Iron Cook, he said nervously. Hoots agreed as the camera cuts to Chef Hoots. He went from surprise to filled with hooted rage as he screams,
"No! I am the Iron Cook, not this amateur!"
Just then, the trophy is brought to Father. He holds the trophy as Hoots claps for him, and Yumi throws his fire suit to him. He puts it back on and yells,
I am the Iron Cook!
As Father is giving his acceptance speech, Chef Hoots jumps up and grabs the trophy and runs around, Father chasing him.
Hey, you crazy owl! Give me back my trophy!
He yelled, chasing Chef Hoots.
Never! I'll never get the trophy! I demand a do-over!
The squad chases after Chef Hoots as the Hoots cheer for Chef Hoots as the scene pans out and the episode ends. After credit scene, we're back to Sim's house as Father is grumpy about not getting to keep the trophy. Oh, come on, hon. At least they made the trophy have your name on it this time. Father grumbles with his arms crossed.
Yeah, but it's at the Owlery, so I have to go there to look at it and have to deal with a bunch of owls giving me the business every time I go there.
Oh, well, the point is you had fun and you won the competition. Now let's see what's on interdimensional cable.
They turn on the TV as an ad for a hunting competition comes on with Lord Hoonington being the host. As Father gets an idea.
Father, do us all a favor and don't get any stupid ideas.
Father looks to the squad.
Okay, squad, hear me out. We entered a competition, we beat the upper crust in their little hunting game, and we actually bring the trophy here. You know what? Yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool idea.
No, Sim says as the squad laugh and the screen fades to black.